I would like to take a moment to thank you for taking the time to view our New Dawn presentation on WES, waveless, and overlapping wave presentation. Our management team has many years of experience in WES design and development. We know where systems in the past have shined and failed. Corey is our founder and chief technical officer. He ensures the Horizon software team maintains design integrity. My name is Tim Krischer. I've been designing WES software since the 1980s. This is a typical shipping sorter that will be referenced in this discussion. This is a drawing of a typical pick module which will be referenced in this discussion. Basics of wave picking. This is a traditional methodology and is still effective today. The concept is to process a group of orders at the same time. The larger this group, the more efficient pick becomes, as the number of picks per foot travel is high. From a packing viewpoint, the opposite is true. The larger the group of orders picked in a wave, the more challenging it is to separate them into complete orders. Sortation aids this and typically limits the size of the wave to the number of sort positions available. Factors to consider when building a wave. This drawing details the sortation of an 18-order wave. The same wave from a picking perspective. Each pass through a pick module is a wave. In the case illustrated, odd waves are picked from left to right, even waves from right to left. Picking can be done by multiple methodologies, by label, by voice, by RF, by light. In all events, it is important that once a product is picked, it can be uniquely identified. This is critical for sortation and tracking of residuals. Reconciliation, the downside of wave picking. In early mid-process, wave picking is highly efficient. However, as the wave draws to a close, the reconciliation process for the inevitable missing cartons becomes an efficiency killer, as the start of the next wave may be delayed during this process. Various automation tools have been developed to minimize this slow period. Basics of waveless picking. The waveless concept was developed as a solution to the reconciliation issue with wave picking. In a waveless environment, again, you start with a group of orders, but rather than completing this group entirely, as each order completes, a new order is added to the group. Typically, this concept works best feeding put walls rather than shipping sortation. The downside of waveless, since orders are added as space becomes available, the pool of orders from which a picker can select product is by definition smaller, thus picking is less efficient. Travel time to fill a given order may be longer than in a wave picking. If an item in the order is behind the picker and the picker is traveling away from this location. Basics of overlapping waves. This drawing illustrates the overlapping wave concept. It is in general a combination of the advantages of each of the other two concepts. Waves of half the size of sorter are run. In this matter, while wave 1 is being reconciled, the second wave can be run. Basics of overlapping waves. If the system is run empty at end of shift, the first wave can utilize all sort positions, with succeeding waves filling in as space becomes available. This concept offers the additional advantage of allocating lanes for the new wave as they become available, so that if there is an order from the first wave that takes considerable time to reconcile, that lane is skipped until free. Advantages of overlapping waves. Picking is not quite as efficient as full wave-based system, but it is far more efficient than waveless. Since reconciliation is handled as the next wave is being processed, there is less likelihood that the delay between waves will cause the system to back up and stop picking in a wave-based concept. Waveless overlapping waves. This graph attempts to summarize the productivity of each concept. As you can see, during its peak, wave picking in orange is hard to beat, but the valleys are challenging. Waveless, portrayed in yellow, avoids the valleys, but productivity is hurt by lack of picking efficiency. Overlapping in green never reaches the productivity of wave picking at its peak, but avoids the valleys. Which to choose? Each system is different, and New Dawn will meet with your team to study your unique requirements to help you decide. If over time requirements change, it is a small matter to change this methodology. Thank you for attending. We will be taking some questions now, but I invite you to contact me by phone or email.